A surgical strike ended the life of one of the most famous terrorists in the world. Ayman Al Zawahiri was standing on the balcony of his house in Kabul when the missile took him out. Residents of Kabul's leafy and upscale Sherpur neighborhood say they heard a loud blast early on Tuesday morning and then saw smoke in the distance.
And 1 week ago, after being advised that the conditions were optimal, I gave the final approval to go get him. And the mission was a success. None of his family members were hurt, and there were no civilian casualties.
The Egyptian-born surgeon was first jailed in 1981 for a minor role in the assassination of Egyptian President Anwar Sadat. Upon his release in 1985, he moved to Saudi Arabia and then Afghanistan. There, he became part of the Maktab al-Khidmat, the group founded by Osama bin Laden and the Palestinian preacher Dr. Abdullah Azzam. That group later became Al-Qaeda, and Zawahiri emerged as bin Laden's deputy. He was described as the operational brains of the group, responsible for such attacks as the 1998 East Africa U.S. Embassy bombings and the attack on the USS Cole in 2000. That changed after the 9/11 attacks. Zawahiri fled Afghanistan and is believed to have remained hidden since then in sanctuaries on the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. After bin Laden's killing in 2011, Zawahiri became Al-Qaeda's titular leader. But with the emergence of new leaders and splinter groups and his own advancing age and declining health, analysts say his direct involvement in day-to-day operations declined rapidly. Although many years have passed, his death brings some sense of justice to his victims.
The Americans' drones having killed the leader of Al-Qaeda, that brings some sense of closure, not just to me, but the victims of the September 11 attacks, the victims of the American embassy bombing, and many victims of terrorism around the world.
Some say Zawahiri's death could also be a blessing in disguise for the Taliban.
And it's likely that the next leader is not going to be located in Afghanistan. So in that sense, in the long run, it might help them further distance themselves from at least Al-Qaeda's figurehead.
Zawahiri's death ends an important chapter in modern terrorism, as all the main planners in the 9/11 attacks are now dead or in US custody. But his death is also unlikely to have any effect on the many Al-Qaeda franchises that have sprung up across the Middle East and North Africa. Shoaib Hasan, TRT World.